Glaucoma are a group of conditions which affect the eye where the nerve, the optic nerve, which is transmitting the light from the eye to the brain, gets affected, and as a result of which the blindness patterns emerge. So glaucoma is a condition where multiple different types of glaucoma are there present. If I could explain to you using a model of the eye, this is the way the eye looks. There's a cornea externally, and if you take this away, there is this angle of the anterior chamber, as it is called. There's a lens at the back, and there are some processes called the ciliary body here. So in the normal eye, the fluid is produced from here. It goes through this hole called the pupil to the front of the eye and exits from the channels which is at the edge of this angle of the anterior chamber. So if now we understand there is a system where some fluid is getting into the eye and the fluid has to exit from the eye, normal balance is where the normal eye pressure is maintained. So this can get disrupted either if there's too much of fluid being secreted inside the eye, or there is a blockage in the drainage system. So this imbalance will raise the pressure, which then affects the eye at the back where the optic nerve exits the eye. Now, why this is the area getting affected is because the eye is like a tennis ball. It cannot expand. So if there is an increase in the pressure in the eye, the only way it can exit is from here. So like a small balloon, it may have a pouching called the cupping. So this is what affects the nerves which take the image from the eye to the brain, and that's where the damage happens, leading on to blindness. This is what glaucoma is in a nutshell. There are the commonest form of glaucoma is called open angle glaucoma, which is seen usually. There are other variants where we see angle closure glaucoma, where the drainage channels get completely compressed and there is no way for the fluid to exit out of the eye. And there are certain conditions where we take some medication like steroids and few other medication where glaucoma could be a side effect. So these are called secondary glaucomas, which is also there with some local eye conditions. By and large, glaucoma is considered to be hereditary in origin. There are people who are the Asians, the Hispanics and the Africans who are very, very highly prone towards getting glaucoma. The incidence is very high in these people. Now, glaucoma is also seen in conditions where the eyeball is very small and narrow. Glaucoma is seen in people who have taken medication like steroids. Glaucoma is seen with injuries. Glaucoma is seen with certain conditions where you have diabetes and blood pressure. Those people are more prone towards getting glaucoma. By and large, it is taken that approximately 4.5 million people are blind due to glaucoma, and you would be surprised to know that approximately 12 million people in India alone suffer from glaucoma, out of which 1.2 million have lost their eyesight. Now, this makes it the leading cause of irreversible blindness, unlike cataract, which can be treated, which is the commonest form of visual disability. Mostly there are no symptoms of glaucoma, which makes it a very deadly disease to have, because it is known as a sneak thief or a silent vision killer, because what they do is that there are no symptoms, so most people do not have any reason to go and visit the doctors because of lack of awareness, and slowly the eyesight is lost. There are certain instances where you could get some redness, some irritation, some watering in the eyes. Some people may, over a period of time, lose their peripheral vision because the nerves are damaged at the back in the retina, where the optic nerve exits the eye, as we had explained earlier. And in certain people, there is photophobia. Photophobia means excessive glare and conditions where the person becomes very, very affected with the quality of the light entering the eye. And ultimately, it leads on to blindness, and you are left with just a tubular vision. And the way to see it is like this. If you put your eye like this and a hand in front of it, that's the kind of a patient which is left for most people with glaucoma. So in a nutshell, glaucoma is not something where too many symptoms are there. So I think the prevention and the awareness is very important. There could be some photophobia, glare redness in certain people. Some people could have difficulty while driving or looking at field of vision, as it's called, which gets affected with glaucoma. And these people who have diabetes and blood pressure, being more prone, should be aware and get their eyes evaluated frequently. Blindness, yes, we do see certain people, unfortunately, who have lost vision completely, maybe in one eye. They are not aware of it, and these are very unfortunate situations in today's life, because this is a preventable blindness. Please remember, there are very few glaucoma patients who completely lose their eyesight and the vision despite adequate treatment. Most of the blindness which happens is due to lack of awareness, lack of proper follow-up, and lack of adequate treatment.